Before we get into today's video, just know that everything I do say is my own personal opinion on the Honda versus Yamaha. I know you guys have your own opinions on them, and I respect them equally, so just know this is what I think of it. You can't go wrong with either bike, but this is my review on each one. So I will talk to you guys in the next clip. Peace. Alright guys, so without getting too in depth, I just want to kind of go over what bike is best for you and kind of what bike should you get. I know I've been getting a couple people asking me this, so I just decided to go over it for you. First thing off the bat, for Yamaha, before I get into it too, I bought a Yamaha because that's my personal, how I personally like to ride. And the motor and how it feels is super strong. Some of you guys might like the Honda chassis and how it handles. I personally did, but I just can't get over the engine on this bike. So that's just kind of where I'm at. So don't think that, oh, you have a Yamaha, so you're just going to go ahead and say Yamaha's the best bike. Well, it's a lot more complicated that you can go ahead and say that, but I mean, it's all about the rider and what they feel as well and what they want. But Yamaha was best for me, and I definitely love my purchase on it. So the first thing I want to go over is Honda's chassis. They have an amazing chassis. You can't go wrong with it. Their overall handling and flickability of their bikes is insane. It's extremely light, and one thing too is they have a really skinny area so you can scoot up on the seat quite a bit, and that is awesome. I do like on the Yamahas how they don't have the gas tank. They actually have a seat so you can really scoot up, and they also narrowed the shrouds a bit for 2021. Excuse me. The bike feels amazing off the bat. Suspension, obviously you guys know Yamaha suspension. KYB forks and shock are amazing. They're the best in class in my opinion. I don't want to go into it and be like one's better than the other, because they both have their great things about them. So another thing about the Honda is if you're a high revving type of person and like to get on the rev limiter a lot and also stay in those high RPMs, maybe the Honda is right for you. If you like mid to the low end to mid power and also like a little bit of top end but not nearly as much as the Honda, maybe you should go with the Yz. I know with this bike they upgraded the top end tremendously, and I mean tremendously, guys. It's amazing. You can stretch out gears a lot farther than you could last year, and I honestly think that's a huge improvement. If it were me personally, after riding this bike, I feel like the Yz stretches out quite a lot further in the top end than it did last year, and so I'd probably get this over a Honda, just for the simple fact being, you know, you can tune it with the Power Tuner app, which is probably the best thing that they've done so far. So you can go ahead and change out your mapping. If you want it to be high revving like a Honda, you can, or like a Husky or KTM or something like that. You can adjust this thing to how you want it. I mean, the adjustability is insane for the motor, and obviously the suspension's great, like I said. So overall, I think this is the most versatile bike, but at the same time, it doesn't have the turning as a Honda does, and that's one of those things where a lot of riders obviously love Honda. They love the flickability and the turning aspect of them, and I don't blame them at all for that, but I feel like Yamaha is just as good as a contender for that due to their suspension. Their chassis this year felt better than last year as well, but overall, I just kind of want to give you my input on it. I personally think the Yamaha has done a great job this year and actually stepped up their game tremendously with how the bike performs and how it runs. So I think you can't go wrong with either bike. I don't want you guys to be mad at me for saying I like the Yamaha better when you guys are diehard Honda fans. For me, my personal opinion, I think the Yamaha is the way to go for basically any skilled rider, any non-skilled rider, any beginner. Simple fact for the power tuner, and also the suspension. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. That's just kind of my input. I'm trying to get some more videos out for you and pump out some good content. I don't want to just be all videos, not good quality. So I'm definitely trying to keep the quality up for you guys, but that is my input. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video.